Good morning,
Goodness.
everyone. Yeah, that just looks cold
that?
out there. I'm Tricia Sloma, along with Chief Meteorologist Matt Engelbrecht. We are preparing for a marathon streaming event, I guess we could say, because we're
right.
here to first alert you to the dangerous cold outside.
Right, yeah, and when it comes to temperatures, as meteorologists, we like to sit there on the website and refresh, trying to get a sense of just how cold it is. Well, we're going to be refreshing you guys every hour as we continue to monitor what you see on your screen there. The wind chill, the coldest I have seen so far this morning, 18 below in South Bend right now.
Wow. Okay, folks, this is it, because this is what we've been first alerting you to. And it happened overnight like you said it would.
Yep.
We dropped below zero in the wind chill department, and we have stayed there.
Right, and it wasn't even this morning. It was last night at 10 p.m. So like I said, meteorologists, we sit there and refresh the data. So 10 p.m. last night, we dropped down below zero with the wind chill. The reason why that's so important is we're going to stay below zero with the wind chill until Monday. So all the way through the weekend, we're going to be dealing with these dangerously cold wind chills.
Okay, so what do we need to plan for? When we're talking about this cold of air, a lot of people say, well, you just put on an extra sweater, you know, wear a hat indoors, do what you can to stay warm. You got to think about your pipes. Drip that line in the faucet. You don't want your water lines to freeze up. Limit your time outside. Don't just leave the dog out and then think, well, he'll bark when he's ready to come in. No, these aren't the temperatures to play around with that kind of stuff.
That's right, yeah, dangerously cold temperatures, and we've been saying that all week long, so you do have to prepare differently for what you see on your screen there compared to just a normal winter day in Michiana. These cold spells, they do happen. I was talking to Gary Siebert yesterday, and they do happen, but years apart. Before we get into some of these kind of temperatures. So we have to kind of rethink how we go about our day, how we go about just different objects outside. Cars are going to start slower, pets are going to react differently, and our bodies are going to take a lot of energy to stay warm in these conditions. Okay,
let's say you do have to get out and about this morning. There is some lake effect snow coming down out there, and these images are telling the story this morning because you can see it almost looks like it's foggy out. No, that's not fog.
Right, yeah, and one of the reasons why we keep updating you and first alerting you, things change very quickly in these kind of conditions. With the dry air, dry, cold air in place and lake effect snow, top right corner of your screen, St. Joe, we're at 0 on the thermometer, but you can see that it looks more like blowing snow or maybe even a fog. Very similar to what we had on Monday, and the dangers with that come if you're out on the roadways. Visibility is reduced, but with the strong wind, you got the snow blowing back over on the roadways. Tricia, you saw that yesterday, the blowing snow and the snow drifts creating problems.
Oh yeah, I had problems on secondary roads out in the county. Car got stuck a couple of times. I just kind of got after it. You know how you do. You got to go a little faster.
Momentum.
But it kind of pulls you into the drift, and that can pull you right into the ditch. So do take caution with that. What you had this morning, or what at least I had this morning, was just this filtery, crystally, it was sparkly snow, and that's that real fine lake effect, and that's what we're seeing in these images this morning.
Yeah, and the precipitation is telling you what the environment is, the atmosphere is doing. You got my skin is dry, my lips are already chapped, and it's only 7:29 on a Friday. So it is cold, it is dry, and the snowflakes, it's responding to that. They're very small and they're very light. So again, be very careful on the roadways if you do have to go out. And we talked about it this morning. We have first responders that are responding to emergencies in these dangerous conditions.
We were with South Bend Fire Department officials this morning, kind of breaking down some safety ideas. And one of the things they mentioned is if you're using a space heater to kind of supplement your heat, please be careful. Don't put anything near it. You know, keep small animals and kids away from it. They often have a tip over protection that automatically shuts the device off. That's really helpful, but some of the older ones probably don't, so you'll have to be very mindful of that. Also, don't try to heat your house with your kitchen stove. I know that sounds like an obvious thing, but yeah, that might be something somebody's doing to try to supplement their heat.
Exactly, yeah, and resources, when you get into these kind of conditions, you look for anything to try to help get you through this cold spell that we are having, including stuff like that. So just make sure that you're being aware of how cold it is now, but how cold it is going to continue to be for the next couple of days. And hopefully with the first alert weather days, we've had kind of time to prepare both mentally, but also the house, the car, just overall for this cold spell that we are seeing and what we're going through.
All right, so when we're looking at the live radar that you have up right now, people might be concerned to see these lake effect snow bands coming down, because when we've seen these bands like we did earlier in the week, it dumped tons of snow on us. This isn't like coming in a quantity, it's coming in a quality of a real fine particle matter.
Right, so the concern isn't we're going to get a foot of snowfall. The concern is how the snow is coming down. Very light, so it's going to be picked up by the wind and the visibility, but we're also getting kind of these bands moving through. The trade-off is that we have this light lake effect snow. Without the light lake effect snow, without the cloud cover that comes with it from Lake Michigan, bitterly cold temperatures. In fact, at this hour, let me see, can we reroute? Can we call, I'm going to call an audible. We're calling an audible.
Okay, call the audible. Yep, you can do it. When you find it, you click it.
There we go.
And we'll take it. This is what's cool, because he's able to access his weather lab equipment from right here in our newsroom, and we're able to jump in and see these things. So what you're seeing now is still the radar, but it's going to switch.
Yeah, so it's going to switch. Without that cloud cover, without that lake effect snow, we're already down below zero or at zero in some locations across Michiana. So when we look at the temperature trend, we may get another degree or two later on this afternoon, but a big takeaway that we've been first alerting to is that we come down to zero and we stay at zero on average throughout the entire day.
Wow. Okay, so people, plan ahead. If you can, stay home. A lot of schools called off yesterday. A lot of businesses called off as well. County services in a lot of our region have called things off. They don't want people trying to, do business at the courthouse and different things like that. So be mindful. There's a lot of people looking out for others. So they've pulled back on their schedules for the day today. And this is going to be the case through the weekend too. So, plan ahead and do your best to stay warm.
I mean, I hate to say it, but Monday is looking just as cold, looking just as windy. So again, I've talked to a lot of people the last couple of days, and I'm just reminding them of what we do to prepare for today. We're going to have to do all weekend long, and possibly into Monday, kind of hinting at that school districts maybe looking at Monday and possibly Tuesday to make some schedule adjustments.
Okay, this is going to be another e-learning kind of day today, and maybe starting next week. All right, we're going to be back again, top of the hour. We're here to first alert you in these dangerous conditions. That's what we do. These first alert weather experts are working hard to help keep you safe, and we're going to be checking back in with the very latest from them all morning long. So thanks for joining us here, and we'll be back with another update after bit.